Welcome, everybody. Happy Thursday night. I know it's not the best news in the world, but it is Thursday night. We are right here in the cantina. Pull up a stool, have a drink, and let's talk some Star Wars tonight. As most of you heard Monday morning, um, the legendary actor Mr. James Earl Jones passed away, age of 93. Very sad day. A lot of us knew him as the voice of Darth Vader. He was in so much more. Um, it's just a great actor, and it was sad to see him go. So this week's episode, even though he's done a lot more stuff, we're not talking all about Darth Vader. We're going to talk about Mister James Earl Jones because this is our memory and our tribute to him right here on the Cantina Happy Hour. So poor kitty.
I mean, I've been sitting here for 10 minutes and she's ignored me. And then as soon as the show starts, she's up here
Hey,
bothering me.
hey! I want attention too. So anyway, I am your host, David. With me, as always, are my co-hosts, Debbie. Debbie, how are you this evening?
Good. I'm good. I'm glad the week is almost over with.
Amen. And Cam. Cam, how are you this evening?
Doing good. How are y'all?
I think I'm in the same boat with Debbie. I'm glad it's Thursday's always been a favorite day of mine, even before the show, because on Thursdays it's like I've only got one more shift until I'm off for the weekend. So 8 hours. If I can just do my 8 hours, I'll be fine. People, oh, Friday, as soon as you're off on Friday. And I'm like, yeah, but as soon as you're off on Friday, that clock starts ticking down. So.
Yeah, well, tomorrow's actually going to be an early day for me because I'll end up getting a bit longer of a weekend. I'm actually the provider that I work with in my clinic is out on maternity leave, and so I've been doing triage for different clinics throughout the region, and the triage I'll be covering for tomorrow, that clinic closes at 2. So at 2:00 tomorrow, I'll be home free.
Nice.
I used to work at a clinic like that, but it was like they only work till noon on Fridays. It's great.
Yeah, so some of the providers that work in my practice have a designated day where they're allowed to take a half day, and of course most of them try to opt for Friday. It doesn't always work out for them, but this particular provider will be out at 2:00 tomorrow. So
nice. Early day.
Yes, it is. It's not fun doing a whole bunch of triage for a clinic. It is very, very mundane and very hair rippy outy.
Okay. I'll have to take your word for it on that one. I have no idea.
I'm sure Debbie knows what I'm talking about.
Oh, yes. I do.
I will believe you. Now, see, I done lost my train of thought. So we're talking about... I know. Here we're talking about triage and clinics and all this other stuff. James Earl Jones. So, yes, this Monday, I saw something that he was 93. He was an older fellow.
He lived a full life.
I saw something. He lost his battle with diabetes, and I'm like, yeah, but he's 93. He's old. Yeah, but what did you expect him to win a battle with diabetes and live to be 103? I mean,
if he's still alive with diabetes after like 80, I'm pretty sure he won the battle with diabetes.
Yeah, I think that was somebody had, and I browsed. I was looking for pictures and things, clips to use on the intro that we just used, and that was something that I browsed past, and I was like, that's probably a clickbait right there. That's probably somebody threw that up there to say, oh, there's more to it than just he was old. Nobody likes he was old. That's so boring. He needs to lose a battle with something.
Well, it's kind of like back when people were really tracking the mortality rate of COVID. A person could have died of cancer, but if they had COVID at the time, that's what killed them.
Mm-hmm. There was I had heard of reports of some of the hospitals in our area. There was a a guy that had a motorcycle accident, crashed his motorcycle, had severe head trauma, ended up dying in the hospital, and because he had COVID, they marked it as a COVID death
Yeah.
because
I
it
get-
bumps up the it like you get more funding, I guess, for if you had a COVID patient that died or something. I don't know.
Grants and stuff.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. We didn't. Well, I guess I can't speak for all healthcare, but a lot of us did not agree with that.
I can still I can see the headline article now. Bike rider dies after accident after being tested COVID positive. That's going to be like the hook right there.
Mhm.
But what's funny is that I remember one, and I heard it on the news, and it was there was the first confirmed animal death from COVID, and it was a dog, like up in New York. A dog got COVID, and he died. And so I was like, "Wow, that's okay." Now we're getting serious because now it's affecting animals. Now we're going into some Thanos stuff, right? So I went home and I looked it up. Well, the dog was like 15 years old and had cancer, and I was like, "Did he die of COVID, really, or did he die of something else and he just happened to have COVID?" Oh, well, the COVID, that might have just kicked things into gear. No. So, whatever. I think a lot of those numbers were doctored, but I'm not going to say that because what's her name said it and they banned her from The Mandalorian. So I don't want to be banned from Star Wars for speaking my mind.
You're officially banned from Star Wars when we're talking about COVID. Yeah, the new film premieres. The new film premieres in theaters, and it's like you go to give me your ticket. It's like, oh no, leave.
We know
Move
you
along,
here.
move along.
We're canceling your Disney Plus. No, we're not going to cancel your Disney Plus subscription. You still have to pay. We're just going to block you from all the Star Wars content.
You're gonna watch Bluey on repeat for the rest of your life.
No. Anyway, so James, one of the first things I remember seeing Mr. Earl Jones in, and I have to say Mr. Earl Jones because I've been binge watching The Big Bang Theory, and I happened to hit the James Earl Jones episode today.
Let me guess, you like Star Wars.
No. I'm sorry. The best part of that was when they go to Carrie Fisher's house and they
ding dong ditch.
And she runs out. It's not funny anymore, James. Then why am I laughing? And see, it's like that. You look at that and go, I bet he was a lot of fun just to hang out with because I'll bet he was like that in real life.
Well, could you imagine the stories that he would have to tell? Like nothing even humorous, just stories about his life.
Oh, I know, right? I mean, 1931. He was born in 1931. So he was born prior to
the German takeover,
World War II. My grandfather is still alive. He was born in 1929.
Woo!
So he is 96 this year. No, I'm sorry, 1928. 1928. Because his birthday. Oh, by the way, Grandpa, I'm making you famous tonight. His birthday is August 8th. So on 08/08/08, he was 80.
Wow.
So
that's awesome.
It lined up just perfectly. It was great. So anyway,
them some major bragging rights right there.
So 1996. You got to talk about COVID and how much you don't like. You're an anti-vaxxer, and you're voting for Trump. So anyway, yeah, just some of the stuff that he lived through. I mean, you've got obviously he wouldn't
Andrew.
have been. Oh yeah, Andrew's here. Hi, Andrew. How are you?
You missed me.
I don't know how I missed you. I let you on.
Accidentally.
Like, oh no, he's on.
Yeah. But I mean, really, I mean, you're born in the Great Depression is still happening.
Thank you.
Because the U.S. didn't officially jump into World War II until 1941. So I mean, you're 10 years old when Pearl Harbor's bombed. The civil rights movement, you had all of that, the 60s and the Summer of Love and the civil rights movement, and he was from Alabama too. So I mean, he lived. No,
He was born in Mississippi.
Mississippi. I'm sorry. I know it was what. Regardless,
How different are they really?
I know.
I'm just
You
saying.
still marry your
clap
sister.
back and say, "Oh, you guys are passing false information."
But I mean, seriously, he grew up in the Deep South, in the middle of the civil rights movement. So I mean, he's probably seen some stuff that we only sit around the campfire and tell horror stories about.
And he was probably bullied, I would imagine, because he stuttered, which I was surprised to learn because you couldn't.
Actually, you mentioning that, Debbie, a friend of mine who does movie reviews, Nico Caruso, he also has a stutter, and he posted a cool TikTok of him talking about James Earl Jones, like inspiring him with the stutter, overcoming the stutter. It's really, really beautiful words that he said. I can send that to y'all so you can watch it. But
yeah, for sure.
Sorry, you made
I'd love
me think
to.
of that.
I'd love to see it.
Yeah,
but yeah, he's a stutter, and honestly, the first movie I ever remember seeing him in, well, other than Star Wars, and he was just the voice of Darth Vader. He wasn't in Star Wars. He was Star Wars because
Star Wars.
You've got this big, massive voice. But the first movie really that I remember seeing him in was the first Conan movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger, Thulsa Doom. So
now,
and
remind me.
The line, sacrifice him on the tree of woe, crucify him.
Is that the one? I don't remember. It's been so long since I've seen the Conan movies. Is that the one where, as Conan's riding away, he shoots him with a snake?
He shoots the girl with the snake.
Okay.
Yeah, Valeria. He shoots her. Yeah. So, that was let him contemplate it on the tree of woe, crucify him. That was so good. And then Arnold ends up beheading him at the end, and yeah, it was just. And he turned into a snake.
Yeah, Andrews probably hasn't seen it.
That's probably true. That was a little tiny bit before your time.
Andrew wasn't even a tickle in his dad's loins when that movie came out. I mean,
Andrew's dad may not have even been born when that movie came out.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know when it came out, so I can't.
It was 1979, maybe 1980.
Oh, my dad was born. My mom wasn't.
I don't remember. Hang on, I'm looking.
I think it was 93.
1982. 1982 was the first Conan movie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, then both my parents were born. Yeah, both.
I thought 82 was Conan the Destroyer. I could have sworn that the first one came out back in the 70s.
No, Conan the Destroyer was 1984. That was 2 years later.
Gotcha.
And then the one with Jason Momoa was 2011.
Did anybody see that?
We don't talk. Hey, that's the one I saw.
You know what? I thought about watching it the other day just because, I was going to, again, James Earl Jones. I was like, I should sit down and watch the Conan movies. And I know he's not in all three of them, but you can't watch just one. You got to watch all of them. And I got to looking around, and I've got the first two, and I'm looking around. I'm like, I don't even know where I can watch the third one. I couldn't find anywhere to stream it or watch it.
I didn't even really know that there was a third one. I knew about Red Sonja, but
well, it wasn't really Here's the thing: it's not really It was kind of a soft reboot, but the thing with Conan stories like that is that you can tell they're like James Bond movies. Each
Yeah.
one is its own self-contained story. It's not like, oh, you've got to see this one so that you understand what's happening in this one kind of thing. So
Exactly.
it's just a story within a story kind of thing, and it is what it is, But
As the cool kids say.
yeah. But anyway, so that was my first. That was the first one I ever remember him in. Then, of course, you moved into. He did 2 baseball movies that everybody loved.
Mm-hmm.
One of them was a very serious one. One of them he was just kind of. All right,
And
Cam,
even if you didn't like baseball,
let's
they
hear
were
it,
great.
Cam.
What does it say? Am I a wizard?
Are you a wizard?
No, I'm just Asian.
You're a wizard, Cam.
Oh gosh.
Why would you be a wizard?
Because he was.
He's
He was
he's
doing
a
the thing with his. Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Yeah.
Wait, was that racist? I don't know. Should I have said that?
It's not racist because it came from me.
Yes. It can't be
Okay.
racist if it came
There
from the
you
race
go.
that
We're
it's
saved.
making fun of. All those dumb little crackers running around in Mississippi marrying their cousins and whatnot. Ha! I can say it. You can't.
Oh my
That's racist.
But I can say it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good grief, guys.
So of course the 2 baseball movies that we're talking about, you had Field of Dreams with Mr. Kevin Costner, and that was back when Kevin Costner made like good movies. And what?
Boom.
He still makes good movies. Well, except for Waterworld.
I liked Waterworld. I thought it was fun.
Oh, we got some discourse going on here.
I thought Waterworld was fun.
Usually we're on the same
right?
wavelength, but not this time.
What about The Postman? Did you like The Postman?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I enjoyed The Postman too. It had what you
Dances
call it?
with Wolves.
Mm-hmm.
Dances. I watched that last night. I actually sat down and I was looking through movies. And I was like, "Oh, Dances with Wolves. Let's watch that." And then I forgot that it's like 3.5 hours long, and I started watching it like 8 o'clock.
Robin Hood.
Oh,
Robin
Hood.
He did
Prince
the
of
Robin
Thieves was
Robin Hood.
okay. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was okay.
Yeah.
And then,
I
of
think
course,
the last movie that I actually watched that with Kevin Costner in it, it wasn't Man of Steel. It was from I think the early 90s. It's called Revenge. It's where Kevin Costner falls in love with the wife of this cartel boss, and their romance gets them both in trouble. And
you
it's
reading this, Debbie?
Yeah.
See? She and I are on the same page on this one. I liked it.
I'll
never
let you
seen
slide,
Waterworld, so I can't
Janae.
say.
I'll let you slide.
Janae,
Yeah, the
I
last
just
Kevin
watched-
Costner movie I watched was Horizon.
Yeah,
was
I
the
just
last
watched
Kevin
that
Ooh, Horizon.
when it came out.
I haven't heard that one in a while.
Honestly, it's good.
did you watch?
It's good.
Did you watch 3,000 Miles to Graceland?
Mm-mm.
It's been a minute since I've seen that one, but it's about 2 like Elvis impersonators, and one of them's good and one of them's bad, and they kidnap this kid, and it's Kevin Costner and I can't think of his name now. Douglas. No, not Kirk Douglas. No, who was Snake Plissken?
Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, not Kurt Douglas. Kurt Russell. Yeah, it's Kurt. Come on.
I was thinking of Michael Douglas, honestly.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't know if Michael would have been a
Michael's
impersonator.
a little bit younger than Kurt is, so yeah.
But the other baseball movie was Sandlot.
And again, he didn't have a huge role in that, but again, it was just an amazing. He didn't need to be in it all that much, and he still was a presence within the movie.
It worked.
George signed this. Yes, George Herman Ruth, Babe Ruth. Yes, you're not just in trouble. You're dead where you stand.
The Sandlot. I haven't watched that in so long. It's on Disney Plus. I have to go back and watch it.
I watch it
Did
at
it come
least
out like
once
the
a
year you
year.
were born or something like that?
Was that?
Did it come out the year you were born?
I'm not sure what year it came out.
That's
I
the
was born.
90s, right?
I was born in '92. I don't know if
I
I'm
want to
not
say
sure
it
if
was probably
Sandlot was.
92 or
I may have.
93.
I can look it up real quick.
Maybe
I'm
maybe
looking.
90,
Hold on. I'm
Sorry.
looking.
maybe 94.
I'm looking.
The only
93.
93.
Okay,
Yep.
all right.
Wow,
So
Cam,
the
you're
Sandlot,
so
one
old.
of the beautiful things I have to say about the Sandlot, I lived in Salt Lake City, Utah for in the suburbs of Salt Lake City, Utah for about 8 years, from 1988 to 1995 is when we moved back to Texas. But anyway, so I lived there, and where they filmed the Sandlot, where they actually shot the movie, and the actual Sandlot was not but a few miles from my house. So
Oh wow.
Oh,
it's
Did you play baseball there, David?
no, I never played baseball there. No. See,
You never
we
played
lived
baseball.
in Utah. There was only when I lived in Utah, there was only one professional sports team, and that was the Jazz. And so everybody in Utah, you played basketball, and that was it. Everybody only played basketball because that was the professional team. So
And one
and
of the
now
hottest states. That makes sense.
Utah, Utah is the greatest snow.
Oh,
on
I'm thinking
Earth.
Arizona. I'm thinking Arizona for some reason.
And Arizona has a hockey
I don't know.
team.
Yeah.
Just saying. Just saying.
I'm kind of jealous of you, Dave. I mean, the only movie that was filmed anywhere near where I lived was freaking Shark Boy and Lava Girl when I lived in Texas.
Ugh.
And the only reason I know that is because a buddy of mine when I was in 6th grade was actually an extra in that movie. He was one of the kids in the classroom.
Oh, wow.
Gotcha.
Well, Spy Kids was filmed at the Capitol in Texas.
Mm-hmm.
One of the opening scenes. There was a miniseries on HBO called Love and Death that took place in Wiley, Texas, but they filmed a little in Hutto, which is not far from where I am. They kind of filmed all over the state.
Wendy Peppercorn.
Well, I can probably say that 2 sports films were filmed here in Indiana. Hoosiers, one of my personal favorites,
Dean Hackman,
and
yes.
Rudy, my
nice
favorite.
Rudy.
Rudy.
We did have, when I lived in Utah, we did have another one that was filmed there. It was actually filmed at one of the ski resorts up there. It was filmed at Brighton Ski Resort. A little movie called Dumb and Dumber. And actually the scene at the 7-Eleven,
I may have heard of that.
That 7-Eleven was like around the corner from my house. So
wow.
it was
I think I've heard of that movie. It's from like 70 years ago or something.
Let's see. Yes. Star Wars, Coming to America, Field of Dreams, and The Lion Kings were the movies. James Earl Jones was such an entertainer and actor. Rest in peace and will be missed.
Absolutely. Yes, he will.
Most definitely.
I will bring up Coming to America because I love that movie. That was when Eddie Murphy was in his prime. He had made movies like The Golden Child and Beverly Hills Cop, and he was coming off of Raw, and he was at the top of his game. Then he made Pluto Nash and kind of went downhill after that.
I was watching one of his.
Didn't he make Shrek?
Yeah, he did do Shrek. Yeah.
I was watching him doing a live stand. Well, this was back in the day, so it wasn't really live, but it was a stand up. God, he was hilarious back then.
Yeah.
It was so great.
You know what? I take that back. He did the first Nutty Professor movie was good. And always good for a laugh.
And I really
the second one was not so much, but
I really didn't need to be reminded of Pluto Nash today. That was not exactly my favorite.
Hey, even Bill Cosby made Leonard
It's
Clark
not
today.
in your Letterboxd top 4.
And see, every time I think of Pluto Nash, the first thing I think about is the scene where Eddie Murphy finds out the main villain is Eddie Murphy. And
Yeah.
then when the chair turns around, it's one of those, so you finally figured it out moments. And Eddie Murphy looks at him and he sits up and does. It's like, who were you looking at? What was that?
It really, and there were so many, I mean, just so many of the action sequences that you could tell were, I mean, it was like watching a play or a high school play, because you could tell, one, that it was a set, but two, the special effects were like really bad. And it was like,
even for the time,
this is just horrible. I mean, it was like I did better special effects running around in my backyard throwing firecrackers at people, kind of thing.
He was also in the Harrison Ford Jack Ryan movies.
I never saw those.
James Earl Jones. That was Patriot Games and Clear and
Patriot
Present
Games.
Those are good. Yeah. Well, I'm biased, Harrison Ford.
Of course
you are.
Okay, Jenna.
He could sneeze into a napkin and you would call it good cinema.
Damn straight.
Yeah, look at
and then Debbie would say, "Can I have that napkin?" Debbie would say, "I'll take that napkin. I'll take that."
Just for a second.
Kind of like Sheldon with Leonard Nimoy.
Yeah. I possess the DNA of Leonard Nimoy.
So Jenna, I saw this. Hang on a minute.
Who's Jenna?
Yeah, who's Jenna?
Yeah,
Janae.
Janae, yes. So Janae, I saw this. I've got a quiz for you. Disney Channel movies filmed in Utah. I've got another one that came out in like the mid '90s, early to mid '90s. It was called The Witching of Ben Wagner. It was a Disney Channel movie, but this was back when the Disney Channel was only like one channel, and it was like cartoons in the morning and afternoon, and then in the evening it was more like family/adult, like movies and stuff. Not like the animated stuff. So The Witching of Ben Wagner. That one was filmed in Utah, just because.
High School Musical 2. I think.
Yeah, I do that all the time. I'm sorry. Was he in now? John, was Mr. Jones in Red October as well? I'm thinking he was, because that was a Jack Ryan, but that was Alec Baldwin Jack Ryan. That wasn't Harrison Ford Jack Ryan.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't seen that one in a little while. But my dad loved those books, and so of course we went to go see the movies. So,
I feel like I'm kind of behind the times. I'm sitting here thinking, like, I've never seen a single Jack Ryan anything.
I really wanted to get
it. You're about to say.
I'm so disappointed.
Did you see Okay, Debbie. Did you see
I've never seen a James Earl Jones thing.
Did you see the one with Ben Affleck?
Yeah, I've watched all the Tom Clancy movies.
Oh, okay, all right then.
All of them.
So,
no,
we've offended Andrew.
The camera comes back and it's his mom sitting there.
What was the name of that one with Ben Affleck? Wasn't because Clear and Present was the. That was the one where the nuclear bomb went off in Boston, right? Some of All Fears.
Some of All Fears. Thank you, Biscardi.
John got it before you did. Here's Andrew's back.
Well, I couldn't.
I was on the wrong Wi-Fi, so.
Oh, you were on the Wi-Fi that your mom uses for Fortnite?
Yep.
She said you were banished.
To the Shadow Realm.
Yeah, I was. I don't know who James Earl Jones is, so should I really even be on the show,
The Sandlot, though, yes, again.
I'm kidding.
All the Jack Ryan movies. What was... The Lion King. Heaven forbid we forget that one.
Yeah, classic.
And he did...
Simba.
Bye.
My son heading off for work.
Uh-huh.
Now I heard he came back.
We never see the son.
Oh, he
was
doesn't
on the
like.
show once.
No, that's the other son.
Oh, that's the other one. Okay,
that was Matt.
oh, okay.
This one's Andy.
You got
Andy.
too many sons.
And then I got a daughter, Steph. So
Stephanie. Yeah.
I forgot what I was saying.
I don't think so because it's a. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah, Janae. I thought he came back to voice Mufasa for the second movie, or for this new one that's coming out.
He did do that, yes.
But for this new one, the Mufasa movie.
See, I don't know because it deals with a young Mufasa. So unless he came back as a just a voice at the first, I'm going to tell you my story kind of thing. I can't rightly say if he's in it or not. So I don't know enough about the movie. Here's my thing as far as the Disney remakes goes, and I'm sure I've probably said this before. They call it a masterpiece for a reason, and that's because you don't need to remake it. You don't need to improve on it. It's perfect the way that it is. You don't need to do anything to it. And when Disney's, yes,
no, I just seen who was in the cast.
And for Disney too, as what I say too, for Disney to has come back and say, "Oh well, we're going to do a live action remake of The Lion King." Wow, how are you going to do that? Well, all the characters are going to be CG, so it's not really live action, then, is it? It's animated, right? Well, but they're all done in live action. Well, but it's animated. You've already done an animated Lion King. I want to see real friggin' lions out there. Come on. Teach them how to talk. You're Disney. You can do it.
And then that remake was pretty much like a shot-for-shot, line-for-line remake of the original Lion King. Yeah, I mean, it was almost as carbon of a copy as it could have been. The only difference was... The only difference was now that the characters aren't actually like hand-drawn animation, now they don't emote. Now they just look like cats.
See, now I might have to watch it because The Lion King was always one of my favorites. I think the only live-action Disney movie that I watched was probably The Jungle Book. Oh, I watched Beauty and the Beast because Beauty and the Beast was my all-time favorite animated Disney. And I think I watched The Jungle Book because my dad said that The Jungle Book was good, and it was directed by Jon Favreau. So,
it was
and it had Scarlett Johansson in it. So,
yeah, that Lion King live action.
He says on IMDb it does not show him in the new one. The last thing he did was Obi-Wan, which I think if I remember right, they mixed his voice and Hayden's voice to create the voice. And I think too, didn't he give permission for Disney to start using his voice on an AI to use in perpetuity for Darth Vader?
I think so.
Yes,
yeah, I think
he did.
So again, not many actors would do that. They're going to be looking at, oh, where's my residual checks? And, oh, you used my voice? I'm suing.
Well, did you hear about the guy who's trying to sue Lucasfilms for using Peter Cushing's likeness in Rogue One?
Really?
I don't get that because evidently he said he had a deal with Peter before he died. I think Peter died in 93. And he said him and Peter, or he had made a deal with Peter. And I'm like, was it a contract? Because if it wasn't, you're kind of shit out of luck.
Yeah. We had a handshake deal. What was the deal?
I don't know. I don't know what it was. It sounded kind of like a frivolous case because it's like, okay, Rogue One came out when?
8 years ago.
And you're just now suing?
Yeah.
And he's suing the estate too. And the family because the family gave permission. Yeah.
100%.
So he's going to become the most hated man in the world.
Yeah.
Well, speaking of suing, Francis Ford Coppola was suing, people for like bad reviews of his movie or some. He was suing someone for some. He was looking for 15 million. I'll have to find. Let me see if
Who
I
was
can
that?
find the actual. It had something to do with his new movie, Francis Ford Coppola.
Oh, the man who said that superhero movies weren't movies.
No, that's Martin Scorsese.
Same thing.
No, it's
Oh.
not.
Okay, so
that
he
is
was
blasphemy of
he's
the
suing-
highest
No.
degree. Oh, how
he is suing
oh.
Variety
Ooh.
for its article about its. I'm gonna Debbie.
We lost Cam.
I'm gonna pretend I
Oh,
did not hear you
no.
say that.
I've offended Cam. I'm just offending people
Well, real
all over
quick.
the place.
Real quick, I'll go half and half here. Oh, I'll go half and half here.
Apparently, Cam
he is
got
suing
banished.
Variety for its article about alleged inappropriate behavior on the set of Megalopolis. He is seeking 15 million.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, Variety will report on anything. It could be something one person said in a tweet one time.
Yeah.
And Variety will report on it. So,
Yeah.
I don't blame him for going after them for that. I mean, there's weird conduct that goes on in any movie set. I mean, this isn't news.
Yeah.
Yeah.
In other news,
Unfortunately, I signed an NDA when I filmed a movie, so I can't say anything about what happened on set. I've been scarred, but I can't tell you why.
I filmed an NDA too. Guess what? Luke blows up the Death Star. Guess what else? Darth Vader is Luke's father. Ooh.
What's he gonna say next? The Darth Vader gets redeemed in the next movie? God.
Guess what? Iron Man dies at the end of Infinity Endgame.
And Luke then turns and does what Yoda did? No, Luke wouldn't do that.
Would never do that.
Come on.
Not my Luke Skywalker.
No.
Sorry.
Wasn't that the movie where Luke Skywalker fought Thanos to save Narnia from Professor Snape?
And Captain
That
Kirk
sounds like it.
Captain Kirk showed up in the TARDIS to launch the nuclear weapons, and
somehow they end up at Mordor.
Indiana Jones to save the day.
And then they're in Mordor trying to destroy the ring.
Yeah. Yeah, that old chestnut.
No, not yet, Steve. I don't think I've cussed yet, have I?
Not yet.
I said shit.
No, we're almost.
I haven't dropped any
F-bombs.
F-bombs.
We're 40 minutes in.
Yeah, well, we haven't seen much profanity from Debbie today, but we did have to have her wipe away a little bit of drool when we were talking about Harrison Ford.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Let's see. What was the next one I had?
I was going to say, we do.
Oh, go ahead.
I was going to say, we also have some fan memories, like fan.
Okay, go ahead.
Favorite
give
memories
me a fan
moments
memory
that we can get to.
Just give me one for right now. Let's see what
I
we're doing.
guess I should have had it pulled up.
Oh,
all right.
Well, never mind.
A little
then.
Oh my god!
Jeez, here we go. There goes the rest of our stream.
The hell.
He's not wrong though. Okay. This first one comes from I think it's a bot, Cam Fisher. I don't know that by name. It could be a bot.
Cam Fisher. Yeah.
But yeah. Oh man. Yeah. He says, honestly, one of my favorite James Earl Jones moments is when he and Sheldon prank Carrie Fisher in The Big Bang Theory.
Called it right here.
You heard it here first, folks.
That
shock her. I was kidding.
Yep. Give me another one.
Hey, I homeschooled. I can tell you that. All right. Let's see. David Gramillion says his people will come speech is the second best speech in the movie. It might be 1A and 1B with the Moonlight Graham speech.
Oh, that's from Field of Dreams.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Probably have to agree with that.
I could probably
It's
listen to James Earl Jones give a
sad
speech
movie. It
for
really is.
an entire day and not get bored.
Whoa. Yeah. Well, his voice is just
his voice
great
is
to
like
listen
buttery.
to.
it's like Morgan Freeman's. It's something you could just
Mhm.
sit and listen to like forever.
You know,
Yeah, there's
you
just
could
certain
do a
people.
podcast episode describing paint dry, and I would listen to it.
There are people, what,
Yeah.
Debbie?
There's just certain people. Well, at least I have a list that I could sit and listen to them read the phone book and just be totally mesmerized. I think there was I don't know if it was on YouTube or TikTok or where it was, but Henry Cavill was reading, I think he was reading one of the Witcher books.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I was just, I don't know what the book was about, but I was just mesmerized just listening to him read it.
You were like, ah. You had
Is
ear
that the,
drool, you know?
Is that the this is CNN? He did do the CNN logo, which I saw the picture. Obviously, I don't know if you've seen the pictures floating around, but they've got like the Star Wars cast, and they're all kind of huddled up together. But the ones that have left us are all like Force ghosts, and I think the only ones left now are Anthony Daniels, Harrison Ford, and Mark Hamill.
Yep.
I was like, oh. I actually had a buddy of mine call me.
And Debbie.
Hmm?
And Debbie? Is that what you said?
What?
I mean,
I don't know.
yeah, and Debbie. Yeah. I don't know.
But I had a friend of mine call me up. And he was like, and there's not many left. And we were sitting thinking about it. And I was like, gosh, there are. There's only like 3 of them left now.
Who's going to die first? Place your bets here. Place your bets here.
Oh, it'll be John Williams. John Williams will go next. He's 90-something too, right? He's
94, I think.
Yeah.
Is he? So, yeah, he's...
I think so, yeah.
Although, I will say this.
I wasn't going to say it, but yeah.
Yeah. But honestly, I think it was right before they started filming The Force Awakens, and Harrison Ford crashed an airplane like on a golf course or something. He was flying the plane.
Yes, my heart dropped.
And I was like, oh no, they're going to have to do this without Han Solo. And he was fine, and everybody was fine. And I was like, oh, jeez. We're going to lose Harrison Ford, not due to age or anything.
Debbie would have flatlined.
He's going to die
if he had
plane
died.
crash.
You know.
I almost did because I don't know where I was at.
I was driving.
I think I was listening to a radio station and they had said something, and I was like,
all I heard was there was a plane that crashed. It was on like a golf course or something.
Yeah,
right?
It was on a golf course.
And there was a plane crash, and we think Harrison Ford may have been involved. And then it was like they went on and talking about it, and they finally came out. He's okay. It's like, oh, geez.
Yeah, but they took forever to say anything.
Forever to say, oh, no, he's fine. He's fine.
I'm waiting with bated breath.
That was they announced that on the news, and collectively like 50 billion nerds, their buttholes just kind of went. Nobody's teeth were sucked up into posteriors. It was like, no.
And then I got all 3 of my kids texting me, Mom, are you all right?
Mom,
did you hear? Huh? Are you all right?
I had one of my kids called me and he said, are you okay? I saw James Earl Jones died. Are you okay?
Could you imagine your infatuation with Harrison Ford is such a prevalent part of your personality that your family is going out of their way to text you and be like, oh my God, I heard what happened. Are you okay?
Well, yes. At work Monday, or was it Tuesday? Whatever day we heard the news.
It was Monday that he died. So,
but it wasn't announced till Tuesday, right?
It was announced like Monday evening.
Okay, so
late
Tuesday
Monday afternoon.
Tuesday, the next day, I walk into work and people are just looking at me. Like, are you okay? We heard the news. I'm like, yes, don't talk to me today. Thank you very much. I'm not coming out of my office until I have a patient.
Okay, Ford is a menace. He had a helicopter crash landing in 1999, a runway overshoot in 2000, a golf course crash in 2015, a taxiway landing in 2017, and a runway crossing mistake in 2020. Maybe they just need to pull his license. It's like
oh, I said that after he crashed on the golf course. I was like, please take his license away.
Those cats are driving me crazy.
Oh, see, guess I'm not the only one.
So, anyway, yeah, it's maybe he is of that age to where it's like he's getting up there in years. How old is Ford? He's 70 something, right? 80 something.
He's 82, 83.
He'll end up being one of the characters in the South Park episodes. You know, old guy driving around. Is this the country kitchen buffet?
Are we there yet? Great on. That was a great episode. Oh, we need the country kitchen buffet.
They're closed. Let us in. Let us in.
Okay, let me think. Now I got to get back to James Earl Jones because I got to think. I had another movie that he was in. Did the Ryan ones. We did Coming to America. Did you ever see the YouTube clip where they took some of James Earl Jones's lines from Coming to America, but they put them in over Darth Vader from A New Hope?
No, I haven't seen that.
I'll have to find it and I'll send it to you because it's hilarious. You know, Darth Vader walking around. What? My son works? I mean, it's hilarious. He's too old. You can't teach an old Ford new tricks. So, he was in a movie called
Debbie could, I can tell you that.
He was in a movie called Meteor Man. I don't know if you've ever seen that one. That was kind of a.
I heard about it, but I haven't watched it.
I haven't seen that one either.
I'm trying to remember who was in it, but all I remember was the guy got hit by a meteor. He turned into a superhero, but he was scared of heights. So when he would fly, he'd fly like 2 or 3 feet off the ground, and he'd follow the streets and everything. It was a comedic superhero movie, but he was in that. So I mean, he definitely had range. Mr. Jones did. He could be serious. He could be a cunning warrior. He could be funny.
Well, he also did a lot of stage performances on Broadway.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's won a Tony. He's won Emmys.
Has he ever won an Oscar?
He won an honorary something. I don't remember if it was Oscar or not. If not, I'm sure he'll get one next year.
He'll get the honorary...
the posthumous Oscar.
Yeah, it's like, why don't you people do this shit before they die?
Yeah, he does so much.
Well, it's like what they say. You don't know what you got till it's gone.
Yeah, pretty much. But let's see. I'm trying to find awards. He was nominated for an Oscar. Best actor in a leading role from The Great White Hope in 1970. He won. Let's see. He won an Emmy for an outstanding lead role in a drama series for playing Gabriel Byrd in a show called Gabriel's Fire in 1990. Won a Primetime Emmy for Best Supporting Actor in a miniseries or special for playing Julius Jackson. What was the name of this show? Heat Wave. He's nominated for a whole bunch of other ones. Screen Actors Guild Award nominated for best male actor in a leading role. Cry the Beloved Country. Behind the Voice Actor Awards, he won from the BTVA People's Choice Award for best vocal performance in a feature film for Darth Vader in Rogue One. Best male performance in a television series or guest role for the voice of Darth Vader in Rebels. Let's see, he won out. No, he didn't win. He was nominated for a Black Reel outstanding voice performance in The Lion King. Let's see, won an ACE Award for supporting actor in movie or miniseries for Heat Wave. He's won a lot of Critics' Choice Awards. A DVDX Award winner, Best Supporting Actor in a DVD premiere movie in The Sandlot Part 2. I didn't know he was in The Sandlot Part 2. I didn't watch The Sandlot Part 2, but I may have to now.
I didn't know there was a Part 2.
There's like 3 of them.
Is there?
Yeah. But they were all, it was like the first one was good, and the other 2 were like direct to DVD releases, so they weren't good.
Same kids and whatnot?
No.
Oh.
That would be another reason why I didn't watch it.
Yeah, I was going to say that's probably why I didn't watch them.
He was nominated for a Gold Derby TV Award for the best comedy guest actor in The Big Bang Theory.
Hey, there you go. Okay.
Well deserved.
Finally, some recognition.
Finally. So, just an impressive list. I've never seen Lion King in its entirety. I had this high school girlfriend, and we'd always try to watch the VHS, but we'd get distracted and start making out. She'd have had to turn around to see it. Haha. You know what? I would go watch it just because if not for Beauty and the Beast, The Lion King would probably be my favorite of the Disney Renaissance movies. So, maybe Tarzan. Just because I like the soundtrack from Tarzan.
I was going to say, whose idea was it to bring in Phil Collins for that movie's soundtrack?
I don't know, but I liked it. I liked that one, and I liked all. Honestly, I enjoyed most, if not all, of the Disney Renaissance. We watched Rescuers Down Under the other day, just because. And I've been on a pirate kick lately, so we watched Treasure Planet.
Nice.
Sure, why not?
Atlantis is another good one. I know that everyone says, "Oh, that movie needs a live-action remake and whatnot," but that's. I mean, not that movie gets overlooked very often, but I think that's a good one too.
It gets over. It's one of those underrated ones. People don't. I mean, that falls within the Disney Renaissance, but it's like that one and the one I just said, Rescuers Down Under.
Mm-hmm.
Those both fall, but they're overlooked like all the time, but they're so good, and it's like, uh-oh. Guess the raccoon's gotten the Transformers again. So, yeah, they're so good, and it's like, I hate to see them get overlooked, but
well, unfortunately, Disney ain't what it used to be.
I'm telling you. And I think that's a lot of the reason why they're like, oh, well, we just need to make live action remakes of all these good movies we made a long time ago, but we're going to make them.
It's a whole bunch of, hey, remember this? Hey, remember this?
Yeah. Only we're going to make it better now. The same thing. I just said it with The Lion King. I was like, oh, well, we're going to make a live action movie of The Lion King, but all the characters are going to be CGI. Debbie, if you're watching, I don't know what happened. You left. Yeah, it's just I was thinking about it today because they're still moving forward with this Snow White thing, even though it's gotten so much bad press.
Nobody wants it.
Yeah,
was I the only one that left?
Yep.
The fuck?
We thought a raccoon.
Oh, there's the profanity. Yay!
Oh, musical chairs. Whee!
There we go.
Andrew, scoot over. There you go.
All right. Copacetic.
I'm like, all of a sudden Dave's talking, and then I'm just looking at the thumbnail, and I'm like, what the fuck?
No, you were the only one.
Oh.
In fact, Steve even said this is a real sausage fest.
Well.
But yeah, the Snow White, they're still moving forward with that. And in case you haven't figured it out, it's a live action Snow White, but they're not 7 dwarfs. They're 7. I think they're called 7 magical creatures now, rather than 7 dwarfs. Because
just stop.
So it's Snow White and the 7 magical creatures, but all 7 of them are CGI creatures.
So they thought that dwarf was too offensive, and so they called them creatures instead.
I guess
Lord.
that's what I heard. I don't know if there's any truth to that. It's funny as crap if it is.
Oh wow!
So.
Do we have anything else from the fans, Andrew?
Yes. Give us some more. Give us another fan memory. What do we got?
Yes, we have 3 more.
Okay, go for it.
All right. Next one comes from John. He says, him reciting the Star Spangled Banner at the All-Star game was one of the best renditions of our national anthem. He didn't sing. He just spoke in a profound manner, and it was amazing.
Yeah, there was a kind of like a church choir behind him, kind of humming the song. And yeah, I watched that the other day, and I was just like, I think that was like the 93, was it All-Star or?
Yes.
Or maybe,
yes.
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, yeah. Yeah, it was pretty moving.
Okay, what else?
All right, next one is from Ubaldo. He says, one of my favorite actors. His career was one of the greatest. For me, from Dr. Strangelove to The Big Bang Theory and everything in between was fantastic to hear his voice to acting. We truly lost an extraordinary actor. Okay, I'm not crying. You are crying.
Very true.
Got something in my eye. There's a lot of dust in this room.
Allergies.
Yeah.
Allergies.
Oh yeah,
you know?
yeah, that's allergies. Yeah, it's that.
I got something in both my eyes. Gosh.
All right, what's our last one there?
The final one is from Ricky. He says, his reading of The Raven set the tone for the early Treehouse of Horror episodes and was my first introduction to Edgar Allan Poe. Quite crazy to think The Simpsons is responsible for getting many people into Poe, and I don't think it would have worked with anyone other than James Earl Jones. Also, his best performance as Vader is Return of the Jedi. Empire is Vader at his most evil and worst self, but Jones puts so much layered nuance in Vader's conflict and slow redemption throughout Jedi.
And he was the very first celebrity on Sesame Street.
Oh, he was.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's right. He
Oh.
did the alphabet. I remember that.
Yep.
Yeah.
Very young.
Because he didn't even look like him. He was like young and skinny.
Bald.
And bald. Yeah.
Yeah, he was the first celebrity, and then after that, other celebrities
go look
came
that
on.
one up. That's on YouTube too.
Mm-hmm.
James Earl Jones on Sesame Street. Yeah. Wow. Very sad.
Sad day. Sad day.
Sad day. Well, folks, all that being said, we will miss you, Mr. James Earl Jones. Our condolences go out to you and your family. You will be missed, sir. We thank you for all the joyous times that you've given to us. That being said, this is we are the Cantina Happy Hour is. This will be our last episode with Geek News Now. We are officially moving channels. We are moving to a channel called Feast of Fandoms, Fandoms. We will be there starting next week. Same time, same, just same format and everything. It's just on a different channel. Tomorrow is the premiere of Lego Star Wars Rebuild the Galaxy on Disney Plus. I'm excited about this. Jedi Bob, Darth Jar Jar. It's going to be great. I cannot wait to tell you the history of Jedi Bob because I know there's probably, like Debbie's like, who's Jedi Bob? Don't worry about it. It's going to be awesome. I'll fill it in. But anyway, so go on YouTube and look for Feast of Fandoms. That's where we will be next week. When you get there, subscribe, like, hit the little bell for notifications so you know when we go live.
Put the link in the description, maybe.
I'll do that.
Since it's so small, maybe hard to find.
I'll do that.
There is one video up there, and that was for the little short video that I made for tonight. So all kinds of excited. Other than that, Debbie, do we have any shameless plugs?
War of the Stars just dropped an episode yesterday. Geek Gauntlet will be on Saturday. Monday, we are still here.
Yes, Monday.
Okay,
for
Monday.
Mondays will be our
final MCU Monday. Will be here Monday. I don't know what we're talking about. Tuesday, I will be over on the Sith Dominion channel. I think we are talking about Empire Strikes Back.
Oh, that's a good one.
Which I got to watch this weekend. So, and I think that's it.
Oh, darn.
Cam, do you? Cam's not here. Cam's hiding.
Yes, Andrew.
I am. Oh, there you are. Cam, do you have anything shameless plug wise?
Yes. I finally have videos to upload. So
awesome.
my first Cam and Focus video will be going up this Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time.
Are you going to do? Is it going up on GNN or is it going up on Feast of Fandoms?
That's actually going to be going up on my Cam and Focus channel.
Oh, on your Cam and Focus.
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. Which when it goes up, I'll start plugging it and whatnot, and I'll talk about it more in later Cantina Happy Hour episodes. But my upload schedule is going to be every Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And right now I have 4 videos ready to upload. So I have videos for the next 4 consecutive weeks. So I'm excited.
Awesome.
This one's going to be for The Last Samurai. It's going to be a little discussion of a couple of scenes that people kind of misinterpret. So
I'm not a big Tom Cruise fan, but hold on. I like that one. No. I like that one
I know.
because everybody claims it's, oh, that's so racist. How are you going to make a white man a samurai? And it's like, and I look at it and go, have you watched the movie? Have you watched it? He is a British officer in Japan. He is white. It's not racist. Yeah, but he's a samurai.
And it's like, going there to understand.
No, samurai is not a race.
Imagine
samurai is a title.
Like Avatar.
Anyway, all right, good. I'm anxious to see that one then, and I may have to go watch The Last Samurai again.
Do it.
I know it's a Tom Cruise movie, and I'll kick myself in the butt for doing it, but I have said before he's made like one or two that I enjoy.
Collateral.
No,
one or two.
That's a good movie.
One or two.
No, Far and Away, The Last Samurai, and the first Mission Impossible movie. So I've got 3.
All the Mission Impossible movies.
No, the first one. That was the only good one.
I didn't care for the first one. Everything after that, I did.
I like the first one because the first one was the one where it was like actually really a puzzle. And at the end, they start putting all the pieces together and you're like, oh, of course. Makes perfect sense now. Andrew, do you have anything shameless plug wise? I think Andrew's frozen. Andrew, if you're
there, I did not.
Okay. So that's gonna do it for us tonight. We will see all of you next week on our new channel, Feast of Fandoms. We cannot wait to see you. We're going to be talking about Lego Star Wars, which right in my wheelhouse. It's going to be awesome. I'm excited for it. So, all of you have a great, great evening. We will see you all next week, and may the Force be with you all.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere.
Pocket sand. Yeah.